Hello, my name is Samantha Allen, and I'm an associate attorney here at Triangle Divorce Lawyers. I handle most of the divorces in our firm, and today I want to talk about this subject because it impacts many individuals and families in our state. You may be thinking that divorces are easy enough to do by yourself, and a third of my clients have tried filing divorce by themselves and were overwhelmed by the process. The other part of my divorce clients reach out to us because they either didn't want to go through the process alone or thought they would not be able to emotionally handle it. Divorce is a big decision, and once it's granted, a marriage has ended. My clients feel either one or two emotions, the first being relief and happiness as they feel they can finally move on with the next chapter of their life, or they feel a bittersweet sadness. And this usually happens when a couple is ending their marriage on good terms and they reflect back on their life, knowing that it was a good marriage, but that it had to ultimately come to an end. Divorce is a significant life event, and while the process can be emotionally challenging, understanding how it works in North Carolina is essential to those navigating this difficult time. I want to speak a little bit briefly about what absolute divorce means. It is a formal legal termination or end to a marriage, and once a divorce is granted, both parties are legally free to remarry if they choose. Many people may confuse divorce with property division and spousal support, and yes, those are generally handled together, but these are separate claims that you must file prior to the divorce being granted. Because once the divorce is granted, those claims for equitable distribution, which is division of property, and spousal support, which includes alimony and post-separation support, go away. North Carolina does require three things for an absolute divorce. The first being that the parties live separate and apart, and this does mean more than living in separate rooms in the same house. They have to live separate and apart for a year and a day prior to filing. The second being that one of the parties intended for the separation to remain permanent. This means that all it takes is for you or your spouse to leave the house with the intent to live separate lives from that day forward. The last thing is that either you or your spouse must be a resident of North Carolina for at least 6 months prior to filing your claim for absolute divorce. I do recommend to all my clients reaching out to us. It is a big process, and having that support there or having someone there to answer any questions you may have is a big relief and a big help. So please contact Triangle Divorce Lawyers with any questions you may have.